You cannot change the past. What you can do is change now, change tomorrow, the next day, the next month, and the rest of your life.
I didn't cry, all right? There's a little moisture.
Oh my God, you're lying.
Moisture inside.
I washed the car.
Oh, no, we're good.
The car, I washed.
Sir, we're good, thank you.
I washed.
No, we're fine. Don't touch me.
I washed the car.
No, thank you. No. Okay,
I wash.
it's nice and cloudy now.
I wash.
Yes, thanks.
The more wash?
Yes, wash.
The more wash.
No, not
Hey. I wash. He wash.
Hey, no, not more wash. Just he's got friends. Why do they all look like him?
What are they doing?
They're cleaning the same spot. It's not even really cleaning. Okay, excuse me. Here you go. Thank you.
Wash the car.
Señor, ya no más.
I only speak English.
Ya no más, señor.
No mas.
I only speak English.
How's this even legal, man? They shouldn't be able to just walk up and touch my car like that.
I mean, they are cleaning.
Are they?
Yeah.
Hey!
I changed the tire.
No, chick. What are you doing?
I changed it. I changed the tire.
Take the money. Come on. Take the money. Put my tire back on my car.
I changed
Please. Take the money. Put the tire on the car. Don't touch nothing else. Don't wash nothing. No frames. Don't take the tire. Just put it. No, I'm fine. I'm relaxed. I just want to put. You don't take the tire off
This is
people's cars,
changing with
baby.
this
It's
one.
crazy. Put the tire back on my car, please. Thank you. Ah, my God.
Baby probably has a family, probably needs it.
I need the money.
I changed the oil. I changed it.
Oh, hold on. Listen, you idiot! I don't need a wash. Don't touch my car. Are you a real mechanic? If you were, you'd be in a body shop, huh? You'd be in a body shop, but you're not. You're on the street wiping cars. Okay? You can't change anything.
I just wanted to wash the car. Change the tire and change the oil. I changed car and you changed my life.
Look, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, bro. I didn't mean to snap on you like that. If you want to change the oil, be my guest, man. Change the oil.
I changed them.
Yeah, just go ahead. Just make sure it's 5W30, but
I changed.
sorry, I'll wait.
I changed the oil. The oil.
Well, you know what, man? Take all of it. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, really. Is there anything else we can do for you? A ride? Food?
I wash.
Keep washing. Keep on washing.
Fourth one this week, huh? Pretty good. Hey, Janet? Yeah. I'm on my way to the office now. Yeah. No, push my 3 across the 4. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I understand that, but that's why I'm the boss. I wash the car. Back off!
Ask yourself these questions. What do I want? How do I get it? What is the price I must pay to achieve it? Then you get busy paying that price. You must give up all your excuses and your wisdom stories.
This man shouldn't be alive. When he was 3 years old, his mother died in an earthquake. When he was 35, he got stuck in the middle of the ocean for 77 days, almost dying. When he was 36, he was sent to jail for having too much debt. And when he got out of jail, he got depressed and became an alcoholic for 12 years. But then one day at age 52, he taught himself how to read. He started jogging. He started eating healthy. He became so strong that he ran a marathon at age 68. And he's cleaning the planet. He picked up over 1 million cigarette butts from his island and made sculptures out of them. It is never too late to turn your life around and inspire the world. This man did it at age 52, but maybe you can start right now.
I want you to think about your life. The sand in the top of the glass represents the future. The sand in the bottom of the glass represents the past. Now, do you know, we know what's in the past, and yet we can't do anything about it. Do you know what the trick is? You don't know how much sand's in the top of the glass. You may think you have a lot. You might only have a little. Then again, you may think you have a little, and you might have a lot. When I was a little boy, I was raised by my grandmother. And I don't know, when I was a little gaffer, she was probably 60, but as long as I can remember, Grandma would say, "I'll soon be gone, dear, I'll soon be gone." Well, you know, we loved her. She was really an angel of God, but we thought she was never going to go. She lived to be 94 for 30-some years. I'll soon be gone. She didn't think she had much time left. She had 34 years left. Now, about the same time, I had a buddy of mine, Bob Yates. He was just 16. And bang, he ran into the abutment of a bridge and his life was snuffed out. If you had asked him a half hour before how much sand he had left, he would have said at least a half a century. He didn't have a half an hour. See, the trick is we don't know how much sand we have left. The future, we don't know. The past, it's gone. Now, the only thing you can deal with is what's right here, right now. And if you look, the sand is always moving.
We are all going to die. We don't get much say over how or when, but we do get to decide how we're going to live. So, do it. Decide. Is this the life you want to live? Is this the person you want to love? Is it the best you can be? Because we are going to die one day. If you don't like something, you can change it. I'm letting you know that you can do anything.
This woman is legally blind. But the same woman won a cooking competition and cooked this food without seeing. So how do you win a cooking competition if you cannot see what you're cooking? And how does she cook with a knife? I found Christine.
MasterChef in 2012.
Christine fell in love with cooking when she was young. But then, around the age of 20, she started to lose her vision. Everything she knew changed, including her dreams.
I started losing my vision around the same time that I started really getting into cooking. So this was in my 20s. I felt sad and sorry for myself, wondering what my purpose was in life at this point. I told myself, well, this is the hand that I was dealt with, so I had to figure it out and try to be a part of society and give back to the world in spite of my challenges.
She had to relearn everything, how to walk, how to read, and how to cook without seeing. But she decided if she cannot see, then she has to learn how to cook using taste and sound.
I believe that in losing my vision, it has made my other four senses more focused. And so when I taste food now, I find that I notice a lot more the different nuances, like the texture, temperature, flavors, and ingredients used in a dish.
Of course, it's super hard. Simple stuff like using a knife or even boiling water can be dangerous when you cannot see.
I think I'm very meticulous, so I use a knife carefully and make sure my knife is sharp.
So what does she do? She organizes. Everything in her kitchen has a system. Her knives are in one place, her pots and pans are in another, and her spices are in another place.
Now when I cook, I have to have a very organized kitchen. Everything is, for example, alphabetized as my spice cabinet. When I cook, my mise en place is set up all in order that I'm going to use on the stove.
That is how a blind person was able to make dishes like this and this. And she didn't stop there. She decided to take part in a cooking competition in a kitchen she's not used to and against people who could see.
The producers were coming to a nearby town and holding open call auditions. They said that someone with a vision impairment that can cook is an amazing story and that the rest of America needed to learn about how a blind cook works in the kitchen.
But then Christine discovered her lack of vision made her cooking better than anyone else.
You have a great advantage. As you talk about your food, not only are you able to express it in words, but your face speaks volumes.
Yes.
Your eyes beam with happiness and pride and passion. And you have a lot to be proud of.
Thank you, sir.
It's an amazing, amazing accomplishment.
Thank you, sir.
That's how Christine won round after round after round until she won the competition itself.
Christine!
She didn't let her blindness stop her.
You probably don't have a problem playing video games or browsing social media on your phone. In fact, I have no doubt you could sit in front of a screen and do both of those activities for 2 hours or even longer without breaking your concentration. But what about half an hour of studying? Oof, that might be too hard. How about working on your side business for another hour? Doesn't sound too appealing. Even though you logically know that studying, exercising, building a business, or something equally productive will bring you more benefits in the long run, you still prefer watching TV, playing video games, and scrolling through social media. One might argue that it's obvious why. One activity is easy and doesn't require much effort, while the other activity is difficult and it requires you to apply yourself. But some people seem to have no problem studying, exercising, or working on their side projects regularly. Which begs the question, why are some people more motivated to tackle difficult things? And is there a way to make doing difficult things easy? To answer this question, we need to look at this brain neurotransmitter, dopamine. Dopamine is often considered a pleasure molecule. But that's not quite what it does. Dopamine is what makes us desire things, and it's that desire that gives us the motivation to get up and do stuff. If you're not sure how powerful dopamine is, let me introduce you to a few experiments neuroscientists did on rats. The researchers implanted electrodes in the brains of rats. Whenever the rat pulled a lever, the researchers stimulated the rat's reward system in the brain. The result was that the rats developed a craving so strong they kept pulling the lever over and over for hours. The rats would refuse to eat or even sleep. They would just keep pressing the lever until they would drop from exhaustion. But then the process was reversed. The researchers blocked the release of dopamine in the brain's reward center. As a result, rats became so lethargic that even getting up to get a drink of water was not worth the effort. They wouldn't eat, they didn't want to mate, they didn't crave anything at all. You could say that the rats lost all will to live. However, if food was placed directly in their mouths, the rats would still eat and enjoy the food. They just didn't have the motivation to get up and do it themselves. You would think that it's thirst or hunger that motivates us to get food or water. But there's also dopamine that plays a key role here. Those rat experiments might be extreme cases, but you can see similar effects dopamine has in humans and in our daily lives. In fact, your brain develops priorities in large part based on how much dopamine it's expecting to get. If an activity releases too little dopamine, you won't have much motivation to do it. But if an activity releases a lot of dopamine, you'll be motivated to repeat it over and over. So, which behaviors release dopamine? Any activity where you anticipate there's a potential reward releases it. But if you know there are no immediate rewards with the behavior, your brain won't release it. For example, before you eat comfort food, your brain releases dopamine because you anticipate that the food will make you feel good. even if it actually makes you feel worse. That's because your brain doesn't even care if the high dopamine activity is damaging to you. It just wants more of it. A stereotypical example would be someone who's a drug addict. He knows that what he's doing is not good for him, but all he wants is to get more of that drug. Besides getting you high, cocaine and heroin release unnatural amounts of dopamine, which in turn makes you crave them even more. Of course, it has to be noted that nearly everything releases some amount of dopamine. Even drinking water when you're thirsty does. But the highest dopamine release happens when you get a reward randomly. This is exactly what I do myself. I track all the difficult, low dopamine work I do. Cleaning my apartment, practicing the piano, reading books, doing some sort of exercise, creating these videos, etc. After I'm able to get a certain amount of work done, I reward myself with some amount of high dopamine activity at the end of the day. The key words here are after and at the end of the day. If I indulge in high dopamine behavior first, then I'm not going to feel like doing the low dopamine work. I'm simply not going to be motivated enough. So I always start with the difficult things, only then I allow myself to indulge in high dopamine activities. To give you an example, for every completed hour of low dopamine work, I reward myself with 15 minutes of high dopamine behavior at the end of the day. That means that for 8 hours of low dopamine, I allow myself roughly 2 hours of high dopamine behavior. Of course, these are my ratios. You can tweak them to your liking. Also, it has to be noted that if you're addicted to something that's damaging to your health, then you don't want to treat that behavior as a reward. Instead, find a different reward that's not as damaging. One that you still think is worth the effort. And if you're wondering what my guilty pleasure is, it's the internet. I can easily get lost there for hours without doing anything else. That's why I have this system. It's so I'm able to control my addiction. But make no mistake, even with this system, I still plan days where I abstain from high dopamine activities completely. To conclude this video, I want to say that it is possible to make doing difficult things feel easier. But when your brain is getting so much dopamine all the time, you won't be as excited about working on something that doesn't release much of it. That's why you might want to limit your phone and computer usage along with other high dopamine releasing behavior. And I can tell you that it's definitely worth it. So if you have motivation problems, start dopamine detoxing your brain as soon as possible. Separate yourself from the unnaturally high amounts of dopamine, or at least expose yourself to it far less frequently. Only then will normal, everyday, low dopamine activities become exciting again, and you'll be able to do them for longer. We are all dopamine addicts to a certain extent. And that's a good thing, because dopamine motivates us to achieve our goals and improve ourselves. But it's up to you to decide where you're going to get your dopamine from. Are you going to get it from things that don't benefit you? Or are you going to get it from working on your long-term goals? The choice is yours.
Give yourself permission to dream and to reach. You must let your desire guide you instead of allowing yourself to be boxed in by perceived constraints. Set yourself free, take action, and make your dream come true in year 2022. Thank you for watching my channel. We are on a mission to motivate you and make your days. I'm actually very excited about video we are working on. So subscribe my channel so that you don't miss a video. I wish all your wishes come true in year 2022. I believe in you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you and see you soon.